Hello! My name is Callista, and welcome back to Dragon Age Inquisition. In the last episode, we moved into the Herald's Rest. We're going to speak to Sera and Cowl. We also did judge Samson. Dagna is going to study him, and hopefully we can learn a little bit about what makes him so resistant to red lyrium. Now then, Sera, my dear, I've got to be honest. I don't particularly like this cutscene. This is the cutscene that broke Sera as a character for me. I'm gonna explain afterwards, but this was the scene that made me hate Sera. Because I've got to be honest, I don't like her. And I do hate her. I give her a lot of... What's the word I'm looking for? Not credit. I give her a lot of leeway for a lot of her views because she is so young and it's something that she'll grow out of as she matures. But this cutscene, because of the circumstances, it was one of the most toxic things I had ever seen, and it just disgusted me. It disgusted me so much that I was like, I can't like this character anymore. I just can't. Like, no. Was it beforehand? Let's see, anything new? No, okay, nothing new. Alrighty then.
I'm sorry. Oh wait, no I'm not. It's just the funniest, isn't it? That creaky old Abelas in Mythal saying the elves weren't destroyed by Tevinter.
Oh, it... And right off the back, she's just like, racism. Thanks, Sera. Ooh. I think with... It's one of those things, Aenor doesn't really like this girl. She doesn't necessarily want to be Sera's enemy. But I think she is always like, you're a massive racist, and you're taking it out on me, and I haven't done anything to you, so... I'm giving you some slack because you're young, but it's... I have no real interest in being your friend. I'll be a mentor type figure, but I'm certainly not going to be your friend. I don't think she'd be hostile, and... It doesn't help that I don't know how this is going to come out. I am kind of drawn to this one, so...
An admission that did not come easy.
Of course it didn't, because that's Elfie Elves' thing, being the sore losers of history, and never hear the end of it. We're not proper if we aren't sad about the grand history stolen from us. Turns out we're no better than anyone else. Plus, a big old temple full of demon-worshipping lies. Grand, that.
Yeah, you really think it was all bullshit?
You seem pretty certain. You don't believe anything from Mythal?
Course not. What, I should believe all that stuff? Because elves? I mean, it was impressive and all. Makes the Dalish look like tits for living in the woods, but so what? There can't be a bunch of gods, and the Maker. Don't matter how much or little you believe, those don't fit. So call me stupid, but I believe the stuff not made up by dead people who failed. Mythal is a ruin full of demons. I mean, it just makes sense, right?
Something I absolutely love that Sera did just then. There can't be the elven gods and the Maker. I absolutely agree with that. We have evidence that the elven gods existed, though. So you've just said that the Maker doesn't exist, and you don't realise it. And before anyone said, oh, but they weren't God... Yeah, I know, I'm being purposefully vague. The word Evernoris didn't enter the series until Trespasser, so I'm not using that word right now. But we have evidence that they actually existed. We have zero evidence that the Maker exists. So by your own logic, Sera, you've just disproved the Maker. Madam, you're insulting our heritage. literally, what was I saying last episode? Madam, don't force your culture on this young man. Just because he's Andrastian doesn't mean he's wrong. Sera has made it abundantly clear that she doesn't see anything in common with, you know, elven heritage. So I don't think Aenor will be like, oh, you're insulting our heritage. Like, no, fuck that. It's between these. Because here's the thing. How much can we take Abelas at his word? She certainly trusts what Abelas said a lot more than she trusts the Dalish tales. Because the Dalish tales have been passed on from person to person, and, you know, each teller will put their own spin, so the story has become so mutated over time, it's not going to look like anything close to what actually happened. So, you know, all those Dalish stories she takes with a pinch of salt, but Abelas was there. However, Abelas, one, he's going to have his own viewpoint through which he viewed everything that happened. Two, he was a priest of Mythal, meaning that he was potentially under the gas of the Well of Sorrows, which means he may have been compelled to say certain things. I don't think Aenor can take everything he says at face value. She believes it a lot more than the stories she's been told growing up, but she can't say that it is the complete truth. So I think a middle ground makes sense.
There's so much history there. What if some of it is true?
No, now you're stupid. You can't think that because it's stupid.
But everything we saw.
Why believe it? Because Abelas looked weird? If that's all it takes, Cariffi's shitheel is full of lumpy truth. I get it. You're an elf. Be all elfy. But this? You're the frigging herald of Andraste. Every time you open your mouth, you'll sound like an idiot.
Madam, it just... So now you're calling us stupid, despite us having said absolutely nothing. Again, she's 18, she's immature, but you have to be a really fucking immature 18-year-old to be like, oh, you're stupid! You're stupid! You disagree with me! You're stupid! Like, you have to be so goddamn immature that is your first response. You can't talk it out. You can't express your viewpoint. The only argument you have is, you disagree with me, so you're fucking stupid! Like, it... I'm getting annoyed. I'm getting annoyed with that. It's just the level of immaturity. I swear down, sometimes she acts more like a 12-year-old. She acts more like a goddamn 12-year-old than an 18-year-old. I would expect more maturity from her. I would expect her to be able to articulate a little bit better. And then be like, oh, you're an elf. You're an elfy elf. Despite Aenor being one of the least elfy Dalish out there, oh no, I'm going to throw this back in your face. Despite the fact that you haven't said anything to me, you haven't done anything to me, the first chance I get, I'm going to use your culture as an insult against you. Okay, thanks for that, Sera. And then, oh, you're the frigging Herald of Andraste. For the love of God, Aenor has always said, I'm not the Herald of Andraste. I'm not the Herald of Andraste. I don't speak for her. I'm not Andrastian. Can you please not? And everyone has goddamn ignored it. You know, fuck this. Fuck this. If you want to throw insults, fuck it.
Well, it works for you, so I'm in good company.
Words are dumb. Haven't had an argument yet I can't end with arrows. Let me know when you want me to discuss it with Cariffi shit.
Goddamn. So the reason why I say this scene broke Sera for me. So the first time I played through Inquisition, I had no opinion on Sera. You might not believe that, but genuinely, I was on the fence. The first time I played through Inquisition, there were parts of her that I liked. She is very funny. I think she's a very funny character. And I do agree with her ideals of, you know, someone needs to stick up for the little people and, you know, let's eat the rich. That appeals to me on a spiritual level. However, she is also insanely immature for her age. She is massively racist. And I'm not even talking about the elves or the fact that she fetishizes Qunari women. I'm talking about how she treats people from other countries, how she treats Orlesians, how she treats, you know, the Vints. Like, in a conversation with Dorian, she outright tells him that his language isn't real because she can't understand it, and therefore that makes it not real. I'm not gonna lie, every time I hear that banter, I'm reminded of, it was a viral video from, God, we're probably going maybe like 10 years back. It's this young girl, and she's recording it in her dorm room. She's American, and there was I believe it was a tsunami in either China or Japan, and basically she was in the library, and there were a bunch of Asian students, and they started getting phone calls from their family members back home, and so they start like, oh my god, you know, there's a tsunami, there's like, and everyone's freaking out and panicking, and they started speaking in their mother tongue, and literally this girl goes, and they all start going, ha, ching chong ching chong chong, like, and she got in trouble for that, rightly so, because that's fucking bullshit. I'm speechless. I can't put into words how fucking stupid that is, but that's Sera's response. Oh, you're speaking in a different language? No, you're not, because you aren't using these words. Like, she's a massive racist. She is horrifically racist. I didn't like that about her. I hated how immature she was, and I hated that she was a hypocrite and she couldn't see it. She constantly goes on about like, oh, I'm doing it for the little people, I'm doing it for the little people, but she isn't. She's doing it because she wants to get paid. If she's not getting paid, then she ain't doing jack shit for the little people. And she couldn't comprehend that she was being very hypocritical, that she was being exactly like the nobles she rallies against who only do stuff if money is involved. I didn't like her. So the next time I played Inquisition, I said, you know what, I'm going to romance her. I'm going to romance her to see how good her romance is, and, you know, maybe that'll influence my decision. And you know what, because there was such an elven aspect to Inquisition, I'm going to play as an elf. And anyone who has played the game, you can already tell where I'm going. If you get that scene with Sera, you know, you go through the Temple of Mythal and all of this, and you're in a romance with her as a Dalish elf, she forces you to give up your religion for her. In a very bratty,
Something like that.
toxic way, she demands, if you want to be in a relationship with me, you need to stop practicing your religion. You need to call the religion bullshit. If you don't do this, then I'm breaking up with you. Fuck you. And I thought to myself, there's no way they would actually do that. Not a chance in hell. So I had my Inquisitor, and my Inquisitor very politely said, Sera, I'm Dalish. This is important to me. I'm not going to give up my religion for you. At which point she, oh, so your religion is more important than me. Fuck you, stupid. And she breaks up with you. And then she spends the rest of the game acting like you were an abusive bitch because you refused to be manipulated into giving up your religion for her. That's the scene that broke Sera for me. I couldn't believe that she would be so abusive, because I would argue that is abuse. Forcing someone to give up their religion because it makes you uncomfortable. Because what's next? What's next? Oh, your family make me uncomfortable. You can't see your family anymore. Your friends make me uncomfortable. You can't see your friends anymore. Your job makes me uncomfortable. You can't leave the house. Eventually, you're going to end up isolated. Like, she was so toxic. So toxic. And that, I never finished that save file. I dumped that character. That is one of the few times I've done that. Once I set on, okay, this is my Elven Inquisitor, then that's my Elven Inquisitor. But after that scene, and after seeing how badly Sera reacted, I was like, I'm scrapping this character, and I created Aenor in her place, because I wasn't having it. I wasn't having it. That's why I dislike Sera. I think she's a deeply abusive and toxic partner. And the fact that again, that it's all played off as like, oh, it's cutesy and oh, she's so young. Being young doesn't justify being abusive. Yeah, maybe in a few years' time, they'll realise, oh my god, I was a really abusive partner to that ex. Oh my god, that doesn't make it right. That doesn't make it better. And the fact that it's played off as you were in the wrong, Sera was completely justified in demanding that you get rid of your religion for her. I'm just like, I'm an atheist, personally. I'm not religious in the slightest, but I understand that religion is important to some people. To some people, it is a vital aspect within their life. And I could not possibly imagine saying, hey, I'm an atheist. Your religion makes me uncomfortable. Fucking stop that. It'd be abusive. It would be an abuse. Like, that's the scene that broke Sera for me. That's the scene that made me hate Sera more than anything.
Back, yeah? Always good.
No, it's not, because I fucking hate you. I'm sorry. After that cutscene, I can't hide my disdain.
Are things playing out the way you expected?
Everyone's ready to punch Corypheus in the dangle bag. That's what you call it. Metaphor.
Okay, good stuff.
I'll be back if I need you.
Go on.
To be honest, I think that's kind of where Aenor would say, right, you've called me stupid outright for believing something, despite the fact that I've never had a go at you. I've never got on you about, like, oh, you're not an elfy elfa, none of that bullshit. Like, I've never been rude to you. Never. I may not exactly understand about the red jennies, but not understanding isn't being rude. I have never insulted you, and you've called me stupid. You've disrespected me in this manner. I think that for Aenor, that'd be the, right, I'm done. Like, I don't care anymore. Like, if you're gonna insult me like that, I'm just gonna leave you be. I'm not gonna waste my time.
Corypheus died, and then he didn't. That's why he always felt wrong, like he didn't fit inside himself. He wears another man's life. I thought dying was forever.
Oh, it normally is, but this isn't exactly normal, chicken.
It's hard for any of us to make sense of. Corypheus is using ancient magic.
But is it him? Is he real? If a man can be dead and then not, could I have saved the real Cowl?
Oh, if you could have, you would have. I think Aenor knows Cowl well enough by now to know that if there was something he could have done, then he would have done it. You clearly did everything you could.
What happened to him wasn't your fault.
It gnawed at me, hooks in the hollows, pain of not knowing like the knot in his belly. But that is a hurt, and hurts can heal. I can heal. Forget.
Cowl? Cowl, are you...
You may still use that name, if you like. I am here to help you.
Oh, Lord. Jesus Christ. Cowl, what did you do? Cowl, you fucked up the mountains, oh Lord. Okay. Oh, that's such a sad cutscene. Forcing himself to forget the real Cowl so that he could move forwards. Oh. And that's the consequence of making him more spirit. Like, if he's more human, then he must learn to grow with that pain, and he remembers the real Cowl, but this version of him chooses to forget. Oh, baby.
He meant to watch forever. He called himself Sorrow.
Abalas.
I'll talk to you later.
Yes.
Anything else?
Never trust half an elf.
Ooh. That's referencing someone, but I can't remember who. I'll have that down here in the bottom.
I'll talk to you later.
Yes.
Indeed. Indeed, Cowl. I hope you are well. I just want Cowl to be happy. That's all I want. I love my boy so much. And Cullen, how are you doing?
Samson took everything from those Templars. He corrupted their souls, twisted them into everything they stood against, everything they would have hated.
Ooh. That is the... I do think Aenor feels sorry for them. Aenor does acknowledge that the Templars were abused by the Chantry. Like, that's who Aenor holds responsible for all of this. It's not the Templars' fault, it's the Chantry's fault. You placed them in this position of power, told them it was their God-given right, and then treated them like shit. Like, of course they were gonna become this organization that's like, oh yeah, we can punish anyone as we see fit. Wait, why is the Chantry punishing us? We don't understand. We're just doing what you told us to do. Why are you treating us so badly? Like, it was no wonder everything happened the way it did. No wonder at all.
I know the Red Templars fight for Corypheus, but I feel sorry for them.
They're barely human now. The Red Lyrium left Samson's mind unaltered. He knew what he was doing. And he dares speak as though it were a mercy? The man's a monster. Dagna is far too kind a jailer for the likes of him.
Was justice served? Was it? Many people would disagree. Here's the it is over. We've got him. And it's this anger that you're holding on to. It's only going to hurt you in the long run. It is time to let go.
Samson is everything you say, but it's over. You have to let this go.
Over for us, perhaps. For Samson. Not for those still controlled by Corypheus. The Red Templars needed to be torn down. We've broken Corypheus's army. I might have known some of them. If my life had gone differently, I might have been one of them. Do you ever wonder what would have happened if you had not been at the Conclave? If you'd never become the Inquisitor?
I'd have joined anyway. My life would be simpler. I don't care about what ifs. No way you people need me. Ooh. Would she have joined anyway? I mean, if she hadn't have been at the Conclave, she would have been with her clan in Wycombe. And her clan was being besieged by bandits and shit. By the Duke of Wycombe, who was trying to pin a plague on them. Like, I don't think she would have joined under those circumstances. Yeah, I think her life would be a damn sight simpler.
Sometimes. My life would be less complicated, less dangerous.
Or it could be worse. There would still be chaos, and that was meant to sound comforting. I can see how it wouldn't. At all. You've led us this far. Many owe you their lives. Whether or not the Maker sent you, you are needed here.
That's the thing, she's needed. I think that is kind of one of the big things with Aenor. She's like, am I needed here? Like, the clan needed me at the conclave, and then the people, you know, in the aftermath of the explosion, she was kind of like, I'm needed. And because of that, I think she does have a lot of empathy. And so she kind of thought, okay, well, my clan should be safe, hopefully, theoretically. So I need to be where I'm needed. But it places this immense pressure. She is carrying so much weight on those shoulders. And it is having an effect. It might not be visible right now. She's still playing the role, smiling, waving, even if it is quite a forced smile, but it is taking a toll on her mindset.
Though all before me is shadow, yet shall the Maker be my guide. I shall not be left to wander the drifting roads of the beyond. For there is no darkness in the Maker's light, and nothing that he has wrought shall be lost.
A prayer for you?
For those we have lost, and those I am afraid to lose.
You haven't lost your faith. How can you have faith? I mean, he's a man of God. He's a very devout follower of Andraste. You know, he's been tested, but he can come through. That's how he can have faith.
I'm glad you haven't lost your faith.
I've questioned it at times, but I found comfort in faith when life offered little. Corypheus will retaliate. It's only a matter of time. We must draw strength wherever we can.
Yeah, peace of mind, maybe, hopefully, one day.
From moments like this, perhaps.
There are fewer of those lately.
There's time now.
Yeah, I think I know. I've said this before. She's not Andraste, and she does not believe in the chant in the slightest. However, you know, the chant is beautiful if you listen to it, and the you know, the artwork, the statues, that's all lovely too. What the fuck? Okay then. That's great. Good stuff. Let's ignore it. Michelle is in a bush as it... Oh my... Secret tryst! I saw that. I know what's going on. I know what's happening there. Excuse me.
I heard reports of the events at the Temple of Mathal, Inquisitor. It sounds magnificent. I hope we can explore it fully once Corypheus is defeated.
Oh, madam, who cares about that? Fairbanks and Michelle de Chaval were kissing in the bushes. But you're human. So what? Like, it's a temple. Everyone can learn from it. Like, don't go if you're only gonna, like, deface it and talk shit. But I don't think Aenor thinks that, like, oh, only elves. Only the Dalish should be here. Like, no, fuck that. Yeah, everyone can come. Everyone can learn.
The Temple of Mathal held knowledge safe for untold centuries. It would be tragic to lose it.
Indeed. The Maker made the elves, as he did all children of this world. Any knowledge preserved by ancient elves in that temple could help us understand him better. But of course, all that must wait until Corypheus himself is defeated. Was there anything else, Inquisitor?
I'd just like to think as soon as Mother Giselle started on about the Maker, just in Aenor's head, for fuck's sake. I'm so tired. I'm not tired of being surrounded by humans. I'm tired of being surrounded by chantry people. Goodbye, madam.
Farewell.
Maker go with you.
Anything else?
Herald of Andraste.
Alrighty then.
Farewell.
Farewell.
Now then, before... Because I've only got about 50 seconds left on my timer. Here's what I'm thinking.
Inquisitor.
Pardon me, people. Sort out the war table, because a couple of people are back. Head back to Cullen, because he might have more to say, and then that's where I'll sign. Oh, actually, you know what? You know what? I'll go for a wee while longer. I'll go until Blackwall because I only have Solus left to speak to, and I'm gonna start off the next episode with that. Because I love pain. Thank you. And let's see, what did Josie find? Research the Well of Sorrows. Inquisitor. I must take over our investigation into the Well of Sorrows. Dozens of antiquarians and historians are begging us for the results. There have been several attempts to steal our research. While we have nothing conclusive, the research has proven useful in negotiations with interested scholars, and we should guard it accordingly. Liliana. Thank you kindly. Now then. Yeah, we have this over here. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna figure out where I'm sending everyone. Be right back. Okie doke. As always, alliances forging a way forward. You should be able to guess who I'm sending on this. Lady Tybalt is asking for closer ties and access to trading partners as she tries to circumvent the traditional blockages of the allegiances in the capital. Some houses have switched sides. Others ceded holdings entirely to avoid the shame of officially losing all standing. More and more they are concerned with station and alliance over whatever objections they stated about the Inquisition. Cullen says, I can arrange assurances of forces if allies are attacked, a standard escalation of interest. Liliana says, support her indirectly so that she knows of our support, but that others do not consider us so directly tied. And Josie says, we gained her trust with alliances. If we are willing to continue the relationship, it is only fitting that we strengthen those ties. Again, this is all Josie's game.
At your service.
Go for it. Inflate Inquisition numbers. Inquisitor. With most of our forces still returning from the Temple of Mythal, it is important that our enemy not suspect the weakness of our current state. I can take some of the charges on patrol in Inquisition uniforms and create enough of a disturbance to give enemy scouts the impression of a much larger Inquisition force. Lieutenant Cremisius Aclazi. Josie isn't participating. Liliana says, my scouts have done similar work. They may even be able to ambush enemy forces. And Cullen says, it's a good idea. We don't have the manpower to do much more at the moment. Liliana's saying that she's done something similar, so yeah, Liliana, support them.
Inquisitor.
And Cullen. Sing it with me now. Make me some money.
All right.
Indeed. Good stuff, people. Now, is that Sentinel armor what I think it is? Let's have a look-see. Well, it's mage only, so is it elf only? No, anyone can wear it. Aha. Oh, it is. Oh, look at that. That's cool. Solus, do some modelling for me. Come on, there we go. Oh my god. Of course, I'm not going to have him wear it because what we have is way better, but still, that is pretty damn cool. Okie doke. Now then, I reckon the fastest way to Cullen would be through Solus's tower. Oh, I'm so excited to speak to Solus next episode. It's one of my favourite cutscenes. It's one of my absolute favourite cutscenes. I love it. And hey, buddy.
I do not like having that mirror, Illuvian, in Skyhold. Corypheus may not be able to travel through it, but what if something else can?
Ooh, I don't think Aenor really trusts Morrigan all that much. Maybe something good could come through the mirror. You never know.
What if it's something good?
Morrigan claims that if I close my eyes and wish hard enough, a fleet of griffins will appear under my command.
See? That's probably not true. But it would be fun.
Well, yes, but that wasn't my point. I'll stop worrying about it. So long as someone's watching it, even if that someone is Morrigan.
I love that. I love that. Yeah. Is there anything I should know, dude?
Is there anything I should know?
I believe Dagna has settled in well. She's certainly very cheerful.
Is that a bad thing?
I'm concerned she'll cheerfully blow up Skyhold with one of her experiments. The risk is small at present.
That's all for now.
Another time then.
Again, anything else?
At your service.
Okay, good stuff.
Is there anything I should know?
Not at present.
Alrighty then.
That's all for now.
I'm sure you have other matters to attend.
Okay, yeah. Last but by no means least, or at least for this episode, Blackwall. Oh shit! Oh, nice. That is a sturdy market stall.
A whole temple. I told you. Elves.
You did say elves.
Then we agree.
No.
Why is the racist still here? Why has he been allowed to remain? I don't understand. I question everything.
Corypheus is able to possess Grey Wardens, or so I hear. Perhaps it's a good thing I'm not a real warden.
Yeah. Yeah, it is a very good thing.
It's a blessing. Warden or not, I'd hate to be on the other side of your blade.
Going up against a Darkspawn, and the last thing you want is a Grey Warden. Funny how these things happen.
Yeah.
What do you think of the Inquisition?
I just know that you could shake this world to its foundations if you willed it.
Any gossip?
You must have some feelings about our friends.
Cassandra hasn't forgiven me for the lie. I think the worst of the anger has passed. It's just disappointment now, and that's worse.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it is.
We should return to our duties.
As you wish. You are, after all, in charge.
And again, just double checking.
Inquisitor?
Okay, good stuff.
Nothing right now. Perhaps in a bit.
Alrighty then. That is everyone spoken to. The only one we have left is Solus. Oh, are you prepared? I'm prepared. Oh, hey! This is new! The Stable Boy's letters. A personal letter written in a careful hand. Mother, I am sorry it took so long to write. It has been hard, but we are getting new allies and new gear every day. The Inquisition is a grand thing to see, and the crew here are family. Ayla, she wrote the last time for me, has helped teach me my writing, so I'm faster. I'm learning so much here. I know I can use it all to start a stable at home. Father always said he wanted to get horses. With the money I am paid, I can make a start. Ayla says it's a good idea, and in her work she has made some good feed that helps them grow. All we have to do is win, and you'll be safe, and Father will see it was worth it, and I can come home, and I can bring help. Love and respect, your son Desmond. Oh, I like that. I like that little running thread of Desmond the stable boy. Oh, that's lovely. Alrighty then, and I'm going to bring this episode to a close right here. In the next one, we go have a chat with Solus. It's gonna be fun. I'm sure nothing bad will happen. But until then, please remember to like if you enjoyed, leave a comment below, and if you wanted to subscribe, it would be very much appreciated. I've been Callista. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next episode.